some breaking news.
Back in the day, Toonami was your after-school vibe.
Stay behind me!
This is trouble. I can feel it. Prepare yourself, Sailor Moon!
Now we're taking you back. Toonami Rewind premieres May 31st at 5 p.m. If you squint really hard, they almost look new.
I'm so glad to be alive.
Only on Adult Swim.
Alright guys, this is going to be a Toonami talk video, kind of like a Toonami. I really didn't have it planned this week because it was supposed to come out for Saturday. Stuff happened. So you know how life goes. So Toonami announced Friday, and this was supposed to come out Friday, but a lot of stuff happened Friday. We all know what happened Friday with P. Diddy, which I got a video planned talking about that. But, so, let's talk about this for a second. So Toonami's doing a Toonami Rewind. I ain't gonna rant about it, but I ain't gonna sit here and praise it because there's some issues with it. Issue number one. No. Let's talk about the good because I have a lot more bad to say than good. The good is, okay, cool. We finally got it back on the block. Finally got it back, Toonami back on a weekday, which is cool. Friday, once a week. All right, fine. It is what it is. That's a cool thing. And we are getting the return of Sailor Moon. Now, Sailor Moon has been in a limbo for a long time because due of the dubs being out of print. And I'm talking about the OG 90s, okay? That one was out of print. So, and they weren't that good. So we finally got a dub years ago. Viz Media came in, got some other voice actors. They did it, and they kind of redid the dub, and it's a little bit better. It's still not as good as the original with the old voice actors because to say what you want about the old voice actors, the material was shit, but they were good at what they were doing. They actually made it very watchable, and then sometimes the music, it was just it was just, the way they did it was just very iconic. Like it's just something that Sailor Moon, even I watched the old one not too long ago, and I was like, oh wow, this is kind of uniquely done. And no wonder Sailor Moon had a big influence, not on just how Dragon Ball Z had a big influence on the boys, that Sailor Moon had a big influence on the girls. Same with Inuyasha. So I see how it was just uniquely done. It's great how the Ocean dub, I believe, or whatever dub did it. It was Canadian dub that did a very good job with it. So that's the positive. Let's get on to the negatives. So the negative number one is Naruto. Naruto coming back to the block. Here's the thing about it. Naruto's already been on the Adult Swim Toonami. So us getting Naruto again, this might have been a package deal with Sailor Moon. It's not a good idea. I think they should have used a different anime or something else, which I'll talk about the animes and anime shows they could have used to really make this feel like an old school Toonami. And then we get Dragon Ball Z Kai. Dragon Ball Z Kai, to me, is not a good fit. The original Dragon Ball or the OG Dragon Ball Z would have been a good fit. They should have got the OG Dragon Ball plus Dragon Ball Z if they want to do anything. They just got Dragon Ball Kai because they have Dragon Ball Kai on the block. I was watching somebody else's video, and they were saying, oh, support it, and then we'll get older shows. No, you put your best foot forward. Then we'll watch that. Then we'll watch the other stuff you want to do later. But Dragon Ball Kai was not a good idea because it's not what made Toonami popular. It's not what put Dragon Ball on the map. It's not what put Dragon Ball, the worldwide phenomenon, what it is. It's Dragon Ball Z, not Kai. So that's a negative they did. And another thing, too, they should have got Gundam Wing, G Gundam, Hell, even some of the DC properties they own, Batman the animated series, Superman the animated series, Batman Beyond. I don't even think Batman Beyond is on no network other than HBO Max, I believe. They could have added that on there. They could have got something else. They should have really spiced up the block with some old material because they do own a lot of old DC properties. The only ones they probably couldn't get is Justice League because they are on Netflix right now. Then they should have got Batman Beyond and Batman the animated series. Those two. If anything, I would have got both of them. At least that would work. I'd rather take two Batmans than two Batmans. One, the old one, and the new one. They're both 50-something episodes, too. So that can go out throughout the whole year. Especially when you do it once a year. You know, make this block feel old school, not a mixture of, oh, here's some new stuff. Here's something not old, but is old, but here's... No. I think they should have really put their best foot forward. Especially if Warner Brothers owned majority of these DC old libraries, they could have actually aired Batman the animated series and Batman Beyond. It would have cost them a damn dime. I know it would have cost them a dime. So hopefully Jason DeMarco really analyze this a little bit better, bring in a Batman Beyond or Batman the animated series, kind of spice it up a little bit. It take one of those Dragon Balls off. I really want to put Dragon Ball Kai on there because, again, we've seen that before. Unless it's not Z, don't put it on there. You're probably saying, what about Reboot? Reboot doesn't hold up right now. It doesn't even look as good as it used to. So I wouldn't even touch the Reboot. Especially when I touching the Guardian Code, that shit that came on years ago on Netflix. I reviewed it years ago. Trash. But yeah. So the OG DBZ, they could add Roni Kenshin on there because that was on Toonami for a bit. The Ronin Warriors, they should add the Ronin Warriors. That's on Tubi. They could add that. There's some shows they could add. Zoids is another one they could add. But if they talk about the heavy hitters, the one that really put them on the map, I would say Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Mobile Suit Gundam, Wing, Batman, Ronin Warriors. Sailor Moon was a good pick, though. I think that was the best one they did. And to start off the block is old school. I was like, okay, yeah, I see what you're doing there. Because that's how it used to be. It was Sailor Moon and DBZ, and then they just were a good combo. Those two were always a good combo. I don't know how, but they were always a good combo back in the day. So I do like that. I've had some more negatives to the block than positives. So, but that's fine. It happens. So. Maybe down the road they'll fix it. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Toonami Rewind. Comment below, let me know.